Halle Bailey accused DDG be true or whatever the case may be.
So DDG is being accused, physically abused by his baby mama. Wait, no, I said that. His baby mama is accusing him of being physically abused. You see how fast misinformation can be just because I read that wrong? Like the old Meezy. I've been watching, bro. Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not really a big fan of DDG. But I don't believe that he was being physically abusive towards his baby mama. But at the end of the day, you don't know somebody off camera. So it's best for me to hear both sides of the story. Even after I hear both sides of the story, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not gonna pick side. But honestly, this is one of the worst things that can happen.
Internet's favorite WL couple or ex-couple at this point, DDG and Halle Bailey, have caught themselves at the front page of the news last night and this morning after Halle Bailey accused DDG of doing some of the most craziest things in the world, leading off with things like physical violence and filing a...
Hold on. I seen the clip of Solo that is saying, "Oh, the Matrix after that nigga," or he was basically saying something like they trying to set him up with Rock Nation. You know what? Let me shut up. I'm gonna put the clip on somewhere.
Restraining order on DDG. All this culminates to DDG not being able to do the thing that he loves the most, and that is make content talking about his son. Halle Bailey allegedly accused DDG of breaking into the home, sending her a photo from underneath the bed to imply cheating, abusing her, destroying her Ring camera, throwing her phone out of his car, inciting fans against her during live streams, and creating a threatening environment around their son. Now, this is a serious matter, so obviously I'm going to take it as serious as possible, and I'm going to read off the things that DDG has alleged to have done in the situation. She, Halle Bailey, also alleges DDG creeped her out in March when he showed up at her home, entered without permission, went to her bedroom, and texted a pic of Halle's empty bed to her, along with a text, "Now I know what you've been on, LOL." Halle said
Where's the screenshots?
interpreted the text as DDG accusing her of having sex with other people. This goes on to read, 4 days later, she claims he really exploded when he came back to her house. Halle told him she and the baby were sick. This is around the time that her and the baby were...
Yeah, we heard about that one.
He could not see the baby, and she didn't want Halo to leave home. And she claims that when he got verbally abusive, smashed her Ring cam and ran away with Halle's phone. As he drove off, she claims DDG threw the phone out the window and yelled to her, "Go get it." The incident prompted Halle to go file a police report, and she says she also has Ring footage to back up her side of the story. Now, these are a lot of damning allegations, all stemming from a relationship gone awry. You know, that situation where there's two people that were broken up, there's a baby involved, and now they're fighting back.
Damn.
All this is like really disgusting, but also very common. That Ring camera footage, though, Daryl, if she has that Ring camera footage, Daryl, you're cooked, Daryl.
That's the nigga real name, Daryl. Daryl. It's a Daryl activity. Daryl.
A lot of the conversations and situations that have been happening for a long time, dating back to their breakup in October. She had been recording some of these incidents and piling them up in order to, I don't know, build a case.
Trying to build a RICO case on him,
or whatever the case may be, before she went to the police with the restraining order. Now, again, all this is what's being stated in the documentation. All this at this given time is alleged in what she claims. There is apparently some evidence that will come out at some point or will be submitted, and at that point people will be able to make
capture
better
card
judgments. Right now, these are just all allegations and what's being reported to the police. And see, this is why I don't be dealing with people who got kids. I never date with somebody who has a child under the age of 5 years old. They still got so much going on in that past relationship that is unresolved, but that's another story.
That's a fact.
Further in the TMZ article, it reads, in doc, she claims things first got physical in January. They broke up back in October, and Halle says DDG came over to pick up their son Halo, and she tried to start a conversation with the rapper about a child visitation schedule. I think what doesn't help DDG in a lot of these...
So like last time she came was saying, "Oh, she can't see her son." Did anything about... Nah, I'm not picking sides. I just got a question. I'm not picking sides. Did she say anything about him putting hands on her? Because I don't remember. Again, I'm not picking sides.
Situations is that a lot of this has been for public consumption over the past couple of months. It seems like if these situations are true and as how they are described, these situations will happen, and then DDG will either go to stream or maybe even before stream have some sort of conversation alluding to a lot of these situations that are being laid out in these documentations. As she was buckling Halo into the car seat, she claims DDG grew agitated and repeatedly said, "Get out of my car." Halle says the baby was crying and she got nervous about DDG leaving with him in such an agitated state. That's when they allegedly started wrestling, with DDG pulling her hair, slamming her face on a steering wheel, and chipping her tooth. Halle says she was in pain and crying, and although that stopped the fighting, she was still worried about Halo. So she remained in the car for the ride over to DDG's house, where she told his family what happened. Once they told her they would take care of the baby, she left.
No one understands me. If I actually told people how I'm feeling, they would think of me differently. That is a lie that I told myself whenever I was
Hysterically, with Bruce
Yeah, I didn't see that.
to accompany her chip too. She attached photos of her injuries in her request for restraining order. The judge granted a domestic violence restraining order requiring DDG to stay 100 yards and gave her permission to take nearly 18-month-old Halo to Italy while she'll be filming a movie for 2 months.
My fault. Say Italy or Italy? Italy? The fuck you say
Also
Italy?
has to stop posting or streaming about her and their child. Halle claims her ex has been whipping his fans into a frenzy by trashing her when he live streams. Now, we've seen how that last statement played across a couple months ago, where DDG came to the internet and basically spilled all of this tea for the past couple of months for his fans to then make assumptions, make commentary videos like we did on this channel, make, their streaming clips and all this other stuff, and essentially galvanize his audience.
Every single day or every other day, I'm trying to see him. I'm trying to get him to come over or whatever. I never get him dropped off. I always go pick him up. I live far as shit, so I'm driving hours to go get him, and then I get there and I can't get him. I can't see him. My son is sick right now. I want to see my son. I want to hold my son. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I just want to comfort him. I want to put him in a shower, get some steam in his nose so he can feel better. I don't get the chance to do that. I get pinned against the wall, and then everything else is variables on why I can't see my son. It don't have nothing to do with me working, by the way. I'm not gonna air out her business, but me and her has not been together for a long time. Like, I don't know I don't know what it is, but it's been going on for a minute where I just never got on the internet and said nothing. I mean, I might like throw like little subliminals or some shit like that, but it's like, bro, like, I don't want to get on the internet.
Now, let me take a brief moment here to be very, very serious and very, very candid about stuff like this. This is why on this channel, especially when it comes to young families, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to people with their children involved like this, I don't like talking about stuff like this. I don't like giving my true opinions, because
I don't like giving my opinion on that because for the fact I don't know them, I don't know what's going on behind closed door, but I ain't gonna lie. And they kind of need content right now. That y'all got me. But am I wrong though? It's free content, free eats. You know what he signed up for when he did it? I'm sorry.
Because it does not ultimately matter. There is so much that is being left out of the story. These people can make their own decisions. They have so much behind the scenes drama that we can't properly make an opinion as if it's even our place or space to.
Right, it's not our place. Think we the viewers.
DDG said that he was.
It doesn't matter what we think. We just, I want to say show support, but not pick a side at the same time. Like, keep watching your videos, but don't voice your opinion. Like, oh, it's this and that, nigga. It's not your child. If that makes sense.
That there's stuff that Halle herself is even left out, whether it be for better or for worse. I do not know. But what I do not like is when people get across the internet, and maybe they have met her in some celebrity regards who are commenting on her, but maybe they haven't. I find it strange who has commented and who hasn't, which we'll talk about in a second, but I don't like commentating on this stuff because I know how relationships can go. I know that people can do toxic things to each other, the most extreme things to each other, and then when you give your 2 cents in input, those people end up back in the arms of the person who is doing the most toxic things to them because of love or the bigger picture, like their children or whatever the case may be. All I'm saying is I don't really know this situation, and I'm not gonna sit here and judge it. So
you're right. He's so right that he took the words out of my mouth. That's why I've been commentating.
Harshly make sweeping claims or indictments. There's damning evidence against Daryl if these pictures are lined up to be true or whatever the case may be. So that's really harsh, but I'm not gonna make any sweeping indictments because I just don't know, and it's clear that stuff is being left out of the story. Now, naturally, because DDG is the internet's guy, this news has made all of his internet friends and homeboys come to the stand for Daryl. They have had to come to the forefront and galvanize not only their audience, but anybody else's audience who feels a certain way about these man versus women relationships, etc., and get them to just go against Halle. I've seen a lot of stuff that has gone against Halle, and this is from people who I would never even think would support Daryl.
Halle claims DDG
This nigga.
Oh boy. If they can't win the public narrative, they make the accusations. Oh my God.
I make fun of DDG all the time.
Oh my God, bro.
But I don't think he's over here beating on his chick. And if he is, that's some pussy shit.
Yeah, he doesn't give
But
vibes.
but he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't give me.
I understand it. He don't give that vibe. You know, I get what you say. He doesn't give off that vibe, but you don't know somebody off camera, Mark. You really don't know somebody off camera, yeah. I'm just saying, people turn these cameras on, they start acting. A lot of these people start acting. They got real life. Long story short, you don't know these people off camera. I don't know if they know him, but I don't know him, so I don't know if he's true or not. Did I stop recording? Nah.
Woman beater vibes, bro. To be honest with y'all. And here's the thing: if he ain't smacked the shit out of Ruby Rose, I doubt that he would smack the shit out of that chick.
Nah, that's the difference, right? A child is being involved. It's more of a tie, more emotion being involved when the kid gets in there. Him and Ruby Rose, that's like. Plus, we don't even know if she was paying to be with this nigga or he was paying to be with her, bro. It's like you can't. Those don't add up the same way because there's a child with him or her.
Ruby Rose is literally a thought, big thought. And someone, I think Zia told a story one time of how she like yanked this chain and like it ripped, and he didn't hit her after that. He wanted to, but he didn't. So if he could restrain himself there, DDG doesn't strike me as a woman beater. So
Oh man, wise words from a decent man. I didn't expect.
Right,
there
but
are
it's just like-
defenders in the conversation who are blindly following DDG's side or blindly following Halle's side. But I'm telling y'all, just sit back. At the end of the day, make
Just
your
shut the
judgment
fuck up
tonight.
and watch.
Best believe that
It's
there's
not our
somebody
business, the
playing
viewer.
some game somewhere, and we're gonna find out who it is in no time. I was in the video of DDG's reaction to the restraining order with Aiden Ross, and I thought to myself, I'm not gonna be shammed. I'm not gonna be flim-flammed.
But that can't even be real.
But-
That's the thing.
But don't even, but you remember we talked about last night. Fuck all that. Yo, stop these fake allegations. This is a father. This is a real person. It's a good human
That's not
being.
even- but I don't
But hey,
understand.
bro, we on stream, bro.
Come on, like I gotta be
Just
the
don't
selling
do it, bro. Come here, come
This
here.
don't even make no
Fuck
sense.
all that. That's my real friend. We're not gonna do no false shit to ruin this stream. He's a great human being. He does a lot for a lot of people. He's a man. He's a father, and we're gonna respect him. We're gonna love him.
All right, he can say that because that's his friend. Or, I don't know, them niggas is close, but he can say that. Us as the viewers, we can't because we don't know the man. Do they even know each other? I don't know.
DDG, and fuck anyone that got anything to say. Chad, DD is not gonna come on the stream.
I
He's
do.
gotta handle what he's gotta handle. So all love to my brother. We will figure something out to redo this. All love.
Now, from everything that I've read, the person who is getting the police restraining order filed against them has to be notified before the trial even commences. Like, say somebody were to file a restraining order on me. I'm not going to find out after the situation happens. That's not how it works. If somebody were to go today and file a restraining order on me, I would be notified that, hey, there's a complaint. You need to come to court or whatever the case may be. But there's something out there against you that is saying that somebody wants a restraining order. And then we have the results. I think the idea was that it was a fake narrative that there is a restraining order or that he was doing these things. But it almost seemed as if DDG was surprised to get the news that this was even a possibility. But he knew. Look, this is why I'm saying stay out of it. I'm telling you, stay out of it. It doesn't line up. And now we're in the midst of the internet social media game where people are looking at Halle Bailey's.
Hold on, buddy. I can do that too. Wrong camera.
Messages and tweets and the stuff that she submitted to the judge as far as evidence goes. That says that she took Halo to some sort of vacation island, Bahamas, with her sister, and Brent Fayez. Even though there was some claims about, you know, Halle texting DDG that she wasn't with any other man, but then...
But why does it matter? They're not together. From what I've seen, he was fucking on other females. So how can you fuck around other... Here's my point. I'm not picking sides. It's just logic. How can you fuck around with other females and she can't fuck with other niggas? It doesn't make sense. Y'all not together. Y'all not together. If your ex wanna go fuck some other people, that's on her. It's gonna make her look bad, not you. The only way it's gonna make you look bad because you got your name attached to it, but it's not your bitch.
Brent Faiyaz was supposedly there. But even DDG's proof, as these text messages read, is that he got this off the internet and just wanted to verify that this situation were to be real. Look, we've been following DDG and Halle Bailey for the past couple of months, and if there's one thing that I do know is that this is more complex than has led to believe. There's been so many situations with Halo being allowed on the stream, off the stream, getting reunited, potentially to him for, because the baby was sick. There's so much that goes on in these relationships that it's hard to follow. And I'm telling you, the relationships are some of the most complicated things. But what adds to it is when public people have public relationships.
That's what I was
and now the court
saying.
of public opinion gets the opportunity to.
I feel like a lot of their viewers got so invested in their relationship, they think that their opinion is validated in what they got going on because they've been around since the beginning of the time of the relationship. But at the end of the day, bro, like, that's still their relationship. Y'all are watching from a window. Y'all are watching what they want to see. So I don't think it's fair for y'all to have an opinion. Y'all can have an opinion. But it's not fair to, I don't know. Do as y'all please. I'm just yapping at this point.
To make their opinions on said relationships. Now, what I've seen for the past couple of months is people do and say some of the weirdest things when it comes to their relationship.
I was gonna say something, I forgot.
I see you trying to defend her. That's a good move, by the way, but let me tell you what happens next. If she can't paint you as a deadbeat dad, which you're not, I'm going to warn you this. The next step is for her to say you were abusive. I want to be very clear. And she just tried, why is my baby dad doing that? And I don't approve of it. And nobody bit. And unless you about to get back with her and go into whatever regime she wants you to get down with, her next attempt will not be as fluky. Women like this don't stop. You've dodged this one, but you got to wait for the bigger one she about to do.
That was academics reacting a couple months ago when Halle Bailey took to the internet and galvanized her own audience for the behavior of DDG taking, Halo, his son, onto Kais in that stream, claiming that this was, bad or whatever the case may be. She was totally wrong in that situation and even admitted that she was wrong in that situation. But the way that people were reacting, how academics made that jump and leap is insane. I know people will potentially circle back to this in a couple months ago and these whole, it was so predictable.
I actually did saw that clip that I saw. I got notified about this whole shit.
Warning signs. Look, we can't keep doing that. That gives validity to these conversations. We've got to stop. We don't know these people.
Want to hear that
Or
fundamental
imagine,
ass
or imagine
response?
if you have like a BM, nigga, and you gotta pay her rent, nigga. She taking niggas over there, you gonna be cool with it?
No.
You gonna stop paying the rent?
Duh, nigga, what the fuck you
What
mean?
about the kid? The kid gonna be homeless.
No, the kid not. See, I don't plan on having a baby mama.
What
That's
you mean? You don't never
I'm not
plan
gonna have
on
no
nigga,
baby
just-
mama, bro. Whoever I have a kid with, she's with me for life. It ain't.
Yeah.
I don't
Alright.
care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody.
All starts
Damn, that's what I'm saying.
See how you think, nigga.
That's how I'm thinking. What the fuck? What y'all trying to say?
Break y'all up, bro. I'm trying to get the reason y'all break up.
Now, I don't think that Blueface was giving any sort of prediction as to his current relationship with Halle at the time. I think he was just more so having, man talk. We talk about things like that. Hey, what's going on in your relationship? What would you do in this hypothetical to see, et cetera, how you would handle it? But I think that a lot of people attributing this to them being some sort of Nostradamus are only saying this because they have their own feelings about Halle Bailey. I know that there are some people that hate these billionaire relationships. They're damn near low-key red pill minded in that fact because they don't think that these people should be with any women or any family or whatever the case may be. But they are just projecting their feelings. I wish more.
My thing is, what does it matter who somebody on the internet is fucking? Who somebody on the internet? Who? Not even on the internet. Why does it matter to you? How's that affecting your day-to-day life? That's not stopping you from getting closer to God. That's not stopping you from breathing, getting bread. Is it fucking up your relationship with your mom? No. So why does it matter?
More people would be like DDG's sister. Like, this is his actual sister, TT, when asked about the situation yesterday. I hate that we have this much insight, too. I promise you.
Stop stunning on me with these cameras, bro.
This relationship. I cannot stress that enough.
I've already seen the TMZ post, and I'm not going to speak on it.
She kind of looked like Berleezy's mom a little bit.
So,
Mama Easy.
I'm way more concerned about what they were eating than what she was saying. What was that, a big pan?
Yeah, I'm concerned that she look. I don't even care what she said. She kind of looked like Mama Easy.
We've seen in the past couple of years when people get into public relationships that there are complexities that are beyond our grasp as people who are just onlookers. Whether it be the relationship with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Oh, I remember this shit.
Grace
That's true too.
Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, and now DDG and Halle Bailey. A lot of those situations had actual abuse. I mean, people getting shot at, fights, words being thrown, people going back to these situations that seemed to be toxic for a long time, and ultimately they came to this precipice. At the end of the day, us as public consumers should not be the ones that are parasocial.
That's what I'm saying. He took the word out of my mouth again.
Names, this, that, and the third, making sweeping judgments and statements. I've seen people.
There's a rabbit running in my backyard again.
The longest time over the past.
I got my fruits out there.
Now feel vindicated because there's this initial restraining order. Now this gives them the freedom to say whatever they want to say. Like I think that shit is totally out of pocket, especially with the limited knowledge that we do know. Now,
exactly, bro. See, people they heard, oh, he's hitting her, and instantly runs with it. Not doing no type of research or nothing like that.
Claims there is photo evidence, and there has to be a reason that the judge granted the restraining order. Fine.
Until we see actual black and white paperwork, that's when we should make up our decision. This video almost end. I might end it now.
If you want to take it from there, that's totally fine. Starting to bring in Woo Wop into this situation, how he's this person, X, Y, and Z.
But yeah, bringing a kid in there
is strange to me. The people on the other side claiming that Halle Bailey is a part of the Rock Nation collective.
I heard that shit.
DDG because his music is becoming more popular. That stuff is weird to me. These are complex dynamics, complex relationships.
We don't know.
We as public consumers should not be in this. If DDG did do these things, which again, there's evidence right now that is stating that he did do these things. Apparently there will be more evidence to come. Then, man, another one. We
just gotta wait for the evidence to come out.